Hey everybody, it's Dr. Kelly. Your next LRNiT moment is now. All right, get this. Sit down, buckle in. If you didn't know it, now you will. Only 3% of courses that are created online, registered and created, that are not required for continuing education are completed. 3%. That means 97% of people that put in their credit card information never actually finish the course. I'm going to teach you how to fix it. Let's do that next. Hey everybody, it's Dr. Kelly. I used to be a teacher in the toughest classrooms in the worst neighborhoods with the most difficult students. And what I learned there changed everything I thought I knew about content creation and delivery. Over the past 25 years, I've taught thousands of students, both in person and online. And what I can tell you is that effective online engagement is the hardest thing you'll ever do without guidance. So I've dedicated this channel to showing people exactly how to capture attention, hold engagement, and create transformation. Every single part of it. I love learning, I love teaching and making an impact, and that's all you're gonna find right here. All right, what's going on here? And this should keep you awake at night. If you create content, if you're an educator, or consider yourself an educator of any kind, if you make stuff for other people to consume in the hopes that they're gonna help improve their life in some fashion. I don't care if it's a new chili recipe or you're like curing cancer. You're hoping when you create something that it's going to make an impact. If that's you and then you realize only 3% of courses are ever completed, you should be awake at night. You should be like rolling over. You should be, oh my gosh, that is unacceptable. I find it unacceptable. That's why we started the LRNiT Station in the first place, because it's about engagement, it's about relevancy, it's about understanding and attaching content to values. So, why is it that nobody gives a shit? Why is it that most content creators who know that stat are like, meh, not much I can do about it? Because it's hard, it's difficult. Well, I'm gonna help you right now start to break that bubble. Start to shift the stat going the other way. I want you to be part of the 97% where stuff gets finished. How do we do that? How do we improve engagement? Well, first of all, here's the problem. When you're creating that landing page of what's in this course, what the course is about, it's exciting, it's fun. People that do this, marketers and education, I mean, seriously, we got to start working together here because it's the same process. You're thinking about pain, you're thinking about pleasure, you're thinking about like inducing action. And then as soon as you finish that sales page, it's like, okay, now let's get into the real stuff. Let's get into the content. But do you know what? The thing of it is when I purchased it, I was excited. Then when I saw the actual content, I got less excited. I lost, and this is crucial you understand this. If you will let your students or your learners lose hope that you're still committed to their change, they will be gone. And you know what? They ain't coming back because you had expectations up here and you didn't deliver the goods. You didn't come through in the end. You didn't complete what you said you were going to complete. The sales page didn't happen. You made a pie in the sky, and then all of a sudden you pulled the rug out from underneath them. And they hit the ground hard, and they're not impressed. It's happened to me. I'm 1 video, 2 video, 3 video in, and I'm like, this is like lame. This is boring. All of the high production stuff happened at the beginning in the sales video. By the time now I'm actually into the content, I'm really disappointed. I'm disappointed because it's under-delivered. It's not polished. And I'm telling you, that makes a difference from the learner standpoint. So the first thing that you have to understand is you need to carry through all the way across the board. You need to make sure that if the content you're creating on the sales page is high quality, is a polished video, you don't shit the bed by the 10th video and you're just like, just throw it up there. Nobody's watching it anyways. And that's what's happening. Can you imagine that? Can you believe that for a second? That's what people's attitude is. Nobody's probably going to get this far anyways. Oh my God, that's completely unacceptable. The 25th video in your educational series should be just as good, just as polished, just as delivering like high quality content as number one, maybe better. Now, how do we do that? Now, remember, first, it's all about pulling in those same hooks. Why are people wanting this? What are you going to deliver in this little tiny video that's going to make an impact in their lives? Hooks matter. Hooks and we use that neat word because not only are we hooking people to the video, but we're reestablishing a hook as to why they put in their credit card information in the first place. Because when you created the sales page, if you've got any followers, if you've got any ability in any fashion that has people want to take your material and not be forced to, then they did it, and they did it for a reason, and you need to rehook them every single video and rehook them as to what the benefit of this is. How are they going to use it? Why would they value it? And why would they take this content and attach it to the values that they have when they brought into it? Because clearly you did something right in the sales page. And people, I'm using this as traditionally online content, but it doesn't matter. If we're talking about onboarding procedures for employees, they had the same. They had expectations. They had hopes. They had, dreams, if you will, when they signed the engagement paper to come on board with you. And then I was doing a consult yesterday with a client who is a professional recruiter. So she goes out and she actually recruits people for positions inside of corporations. And I said, tell me about the onboarding procedure, because that's what I'm really interested in. How are we creating corporate culture inside these major corporations so that we can stop this massive, ridiculous great resignation that's anywhere from 40 to 93% of the population? People are like, I don't want to do this anymore. This is not what I signed up for. The culture here sucks, or there is no culture. And she tells me that, get this, most companies don't even have an onboarding procedure. So if your company has an onboarding procedure, you're further ahead than most. But still, well, how does it play in? How are you taking your corporate values and attaching them to a personal values? Because if you're missing that link, if you're not doing that, that's when people are quitting. Now you say, well, how does that relate back to the, people quitting courses at 97? Because when you start in that information, you've lost the hook, that you lost why I'm valuing this. So every single video you need to be producing, think, what am I going to deliver to the person on the learner on the other side? How am I going to keep them engaged? How am I going to keep them involved? Don't just go through rote stuff where you're like, this is the content I need to present and this is the content you need to learn. Oh my gosh, those days are gone. If you're still doing that, you're a dinosaur in the world of technology, education, and online learning. All right, guys, your action steps for today are: find out where people are dropping off. If you have any online program whatsoever, if you have anything that delivers content online, you need to find out where the drop is. You need to see, what video is it? Is it the third video? Is it the first video? Are your users getting to the 10th video in the series, or are they gone in the first one? That information is absolutely crucial for you. And then, and this is the hard part, you should interview some of your patients, some of your old students. Interview them. Ask them what their perception was. Get feedback. Remember, we do this in educational settings, a traditional education setting, all the time. We want teacher feedback. We want to find out what the students think of the course. But suddenly online, it's like, well, we got the money. No good, guys. We got to up the level, up the bar, put it up there, get some feedback. All right, everybody, go out there, knock it out of the park, make some impact, make some change. I'll see you in the next one.